Good day, y'all. Good day, everybody. How y'all doing today? Welcome. Come on in. How y'all doing? Welcome to the show. We kicked off another week. Off of the Super Bowl Sunday, where they tried to dog Jay-Z and Beyonce for sitting down doing the national anthem.
They're always going to do that.
If they would have stood up, they would have dogged them.
Yep.
It didn't matter.
It did not. They're damned if they do, damned if they don't.
One of them things.
Yeah, I'm getting to the point. Actually, older folks say this. I just don't care.
I'm sure Jay-Z doesn't care. He said he doesn't mind a few bad press cycles. He wasn't pressed.
Oh, that's what he said?
Yeah. It was like, oh well.
That's when you know you like, some things you need to address. I mean, because they're gonna hit you regardless. Somebody has to sit at the table. Okay, you just gotta choose if you're gonna sit at the table. If you're gonna be one of the ones in the back.
But did you think that he should have addressed the Colin Kaepernick stuff by saying we should move past it, or do you think that he should have just said, listen, this is what I'm doing for the NFL, and just leave it at that, and not even bring up Colin's name?
Yeah, I think when they bring his name up, I think he's trying to say, he just says it in a way that makes it sound like he's like a borderline diss, but it's really not a diss. He's literally just saying, like, could y'all stop talking to me about that, man? We took that and now we running with it and we're doing something else with it. But I think that Colin still feels like he hasn't been given his just due somehow, some way.
And he took the bag too.
He did. But I think he feels left out. I don't know if he wants to be the one at the table after the whole thing.
Right.
I don't know.
Hey, man, you should at least ask me to be at the table, man.
Yeah, it seems like he feels like Jay-Z should have included him and things. Like, Jay don't include nobody. Like, Jay does his own thing, okay? I don't know. People don't realize that about him.
He had a whole workout.
No, that was a sham. No.
Doing a whole bunch of stuff.
That was a setup. That was a setup for failure right there.
Come on now. All he had to do was show up at the stadium. They gave him a whole state-of-the-art facility to work out in.
But wasn't it kind of like it was out of nowhere? It wasn't like they told him it wasn't like he knew to prepare for this.
He knew it was coming up. Yeah, he knew that.
How long did he know, though? How long? He had been out the league for a couple years.
But he said it himself, though. He said it himself. I stay ready. I'm working out every day to get back in here.
That's what he said.
So,
not being on the field for 2 years and trying to go up against him, that's a long time out the game.
Well, that wasn't what he said his problem was. He said his problem was the contract they presented to him to sign, with all these special stipulations saying that you can't sue if things don't work out your way, which, of course, they're going to do that because they just settled a lawsuit with him previously.
So let's add up the bank. So he got money from the NFL. He got money from Nike.
Yep.
He wrote a book. Didn't he write a book?
I don't know about
Did
the
he write a book? What did he do?
But
he did something else. He got something else. Another
called If I Wouldn't Have Kneeled.
If I Would Have Knelt. I thought Colin wrote a book. Let me Google that, verify that.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, clearly I didn't read it, but I thought he did. Let's see.
Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like you can only put your hand out there to help so many times. You got to do some stuff for yourself, too.
Yeah. Now Jay-Z at the table.
He at the table. They made a lot of political statements at the halftime show. They had the kids in the cages. They had the Puerto Rican flag and the American flag. Shakira did some shout-outs to her Lebanese roots. A lot of stuff going on. So I think he did a good job.
Yeah. We're going to read this letter, y'all. We need some help. Help this lady out. I think it's very, ignorant. Excuse me, ignorant. I'm going to tell you about it after you read this letter. I'm like, come on.
Okay. All right. Dear Sam, I've been married for about a year. We lived together for about a year prior to getting married. My husband can't stand my best friend. He is a male. However, he isn't into women. My friend was even in our wedding, so needless to say, he isn't going anywhere. While the men were watching the game last night, some of us were just sitting around and gossiping pretty much. Well, my best friend was talking and let it slip that one of the couples there, her man, was possibly leading a double life. A big argument broke out, almost a fight, but everyone got everything calmed down and broken up. This all happened during the halftime show. Well, needless to say, my husband is furious and calls himself forbidding me to be friends with him, saying that he is messy and that I'm married now and need to upgrade my friendships. He said a married family woman shouldn't be hanging around folks that aren't family people themselves. He said he is the king of this household and this is final. I don't think he has the right to tell me who to be friends with. My best friend and I grew up together. Is my husband out of line? Is his behavior a sign of him being an undercover control freak? That's not undercover. That's
Let me tell
pretty
you something.
overt.
Ask yourself if it was the other way around. If your husband had a lesbian best friend,
Dang,
and she was fine too, you know.
Why you gotta add that part in there? That ain't have nothing to do
I'm
with
a
it.
man. I'm gonna keep it real. She fine, you know. So she sits up and she outs or says something like that at y'all VH1 girly night out deal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And one of the girls in there she be munching. You know, she doing something.
Wow. That ain't right.
Then what?
Oh God.
Then what? You wouldn't like that.
You'd be like, she messy. She can't come back over my house.
We don't like guys, we like y'all how y'all little friends. There's one friend that we don't like. It's probably the one that's running her mouth too much. And just keep up mess. Calling you all the time on the phone about something messy. I can't stand. I don't know. You can't be
All the gossiping and whatnot.
Yeah, I can't do that.
But they
I
were
can't
all
do that.
gossiping. It wasn't just the friend, but you know how those conversations go. It's like, yeah, girl, did you hear this and this? And you know, sometimes it comes out like, oh, well, I ain't gonna say nothing, but you know,
So they none of my business, but
right?
But you know,
you know.
and I'm gonna tell you what he probably did too.
What?
Girl, you know him's
You do
in
not
there.
know that's how he sounds.
He said, good.
You know him's in there. You know,
Him's in there.
you know he be look how he looking at the Kansas Chiefs. He's all up in there.
But maybe he could be looking out though at the same time.
That's the truth.
Aha.
Listen, because he might have been in there looking at with his
Is that why they probably got mad?
with his beard.
Is that probably why they got mad?
Well, they got mad because, you know, that was messy. That the setting of it was messy. I don't know how old these people are, but, you know, it was a little messy to say it in that setting. But does he have the right to say, that's final, you can't be friends with him, period, or just not come over my house?
Well, I'm going to check him. I'm going to check him or her, whoever coming over here kicking off stuff in my house. My house is peaceful. So you don't come over here with that mess. You ain't coming up in here.
Yeah.
I wish I would. You see, we over here watching the game, and now we turn from Super Bowl Sunday to this foolishness. The hell
Yeah.
wrong with you?
He
Right.
said, "Turn from Super
Mess
Bowl
up my
Sunday."
buzz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's wrong with you?
Now, Adrian said, you don't have to give up your friendship, but under no circumstance should he be invited to events that your husband
That's
is
right.
at. His enemy is your enemy and vice versa for the sake of peace and drama in y'all's life.
That's right.
Oh, I
So,
agree.
Ken, listen, when you married, is your wife or your husband, is that your best friend? Or you have another best friend? Two,
If it's the opposite sex, is what you're saying.
if it's opposite sex.
I mean, if that's your friend prior to, I can understand how. Because at that point, if that was a really, really your friend, then your other half would know them and know them well.
Well,
if
he
that was
ain't like-
really your friend.
Yeah.
But you can't just pop up out of nowhere like, "This my best friend. Remember him?" And he like, "Wait, I'd never met best friend prior to this marriage."
Right.
Or like I said, finding a new best friend afterwards.
Nah,
and
that's
this
not-
man,
that's not
you-
going down. That's not
yeah,
going
that's a little
down.
tough one. But like you said, he's not into girls anyway. So why does that matter?
He's not about to sit in my house hanging out with my wife.
Huh?
That ain't going on. Not in my house.
No. He just shouldn't be messy. I agree.
Sit your ass down. We watching the game.
Right.
We
He
watching
might
the
like
game.
the games. He might like the games. He like to watch the games too, for
Yeah.
other reasons than what you like it for.
Well, just I don't want to hear that.
He want to gossip with the ladies.
Right. Well, you ain't gonna be in my house gossiping.
Or he like to see what's on the field.
Oh, hey.
Just don't be making. Don't ask me. Did I see that?
Did
Unless
you
it's
see
a
his
play.
booty?
But you want to know something? And I'm gonna come clean. Y'all know that's not really the way it goes. Like all of my gay friends, they have straight friends, and they know how to. Like they don't be pressing them like they kick it, like they regulate when it's another guy, and they know that guy's not into men. They're not trying to force that on them. They don't even act weird around them. Like the dudes be like, "All right, you straight." Now I'm like, there's different levels, of course, to everything, but like, yeah, like they'll be chilling, watching the game just like everybody else.
Well, this one is messy. So this
Yeah.
one, you might be right on that, but this one here
Okay.
seems like he would be the messy one because
Yeah.
he's in there while the guys are
Yeah.
watching with their wives. He's in there with the women that are not with they dudes. Girl, you know Reggie. I think he might be.
It happens all. I have gay friends too, and I'm just saying
They
that
gonna let you
They
know.
gonna tell you, like, I saw a dude.
That's why everybody
But
needs
is-
one.
but is that-
That's
but-
why you need to have somebody on your team while
y'all,
you're playing.
so y'all, do y'all think that's messy? That he was being messy by telling the women last night that one of the guys in there is on the down low?
No, okay. Down low is a problem, and that's why I say it's not messy. Because down low means you live in a double life.
Right.
Now, if everybody knows, different story. But now we talking about you exposing a liar. Yeah, tell us when we got a snake in the bunch.
Okay, so could he have waited after the game and told her though?
Yeah, he probably. It just wasn't the right setting. It wasn't the right
Yeah,
setting.
you gotta wait. Man, look, just wait for the game. All right, what do you say? All right, so he's okay.
Okay, yeah, he
Rob,
could've waited.
You talk not Rob, bro. No, Rob.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rob. Well, we're gonna address this after this ass whooping
Right.
on TV. Let's see here what happens with the Chiefs.
Like, girl, I saw your man at the Blue Oyster or whatever they call it. You know,
What's
the back in the day they used to have this movie, and the Blue Oyster was the gay club.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Now Dale said, "Cut him loose," and Alyssa said, "He's hold up, he's out of line. He shouldn't have said who your friends. He shouldn't have a say who your friends are if you're married or not." And Helen said, "If the shoe was on the other foot, how would she feel, especially if he had a female friend that he wants to keep around?"
We ain't talking about that right now. Where you just come up with that from?
Look, that's what Helen
Yeah,
said.
yeah,
That's
go
what
on,
Helen
Helen.
said.
Go on, Helen.
She wants you to see from another perspective, that's all.
Now, Jubilee said he can't tell you who to be friends with, but you should pull back on the friendship. Give it some space. Let them both know that.
But if you have a friend, or your significant other has a friend that's messy, y'all ain't never had one of them y'all had to check? You had to say something to your significant other in previous relationships or in current? Look, man, yo girl, she just messy, man. She keep up too much stuff.
But you always have that dysfunctional friend. You don't keep your dysfunctional friend around. Now you know your spouse is not gonna like every single friend.
Right.
So you just gonna go kicking everybody out left and right. Like, I can't. My wife said I can't talk to you no more.
No.
Yeah, like, and you have a friend who they may not get along to. You
Yeah.
know, the spouse and the friend may not get along for whatever reasons, but you still their friend, or or he's tired because she always got the kid, like Bebe's kids. Remember, she was looking out for the kids because Bebe had issues. But it's kind of one of those things, like you said. It's always somebody who, and if he's not super controlling, he'll just be irritated by it and like,
Right.
just keep that away from me.
Right.
But you kind of gotta. We all got that one friend.
That one.
That one.
Somebody.
Yeah.
From our past lives, we just like, what is she? Oh, she need me. She,
Yeah.
she,
That's
she
my
going through
boy.
things.
I know he messed up. I know he a hoe, but come on, baby. Tell me I'm a hoe.
Well, now that's different.
Oh, let's read it live. You say that's different. Oh, boy. Forever Valentine, Charlie Wilson, man. 931 WZAK in just a bit. I'm going to call my grand prize winner here. How y'all doing today, man? Saturday Reality Hour, Real People, Real Life Situation. The new home of the Ricky Smiley Morning Show is WZAK. All right. This letter here, I want y'all to tell the truth. Everybody got one of those, their significant other has one of those friends that you don't care for. Some are just too messy. Let's read this letter.
All right. Dear Sam, I've been married for about a year. We've lived together about a year prior to getting married. My husband can't stand my best friend. He is a male. However, he isn't into women. My friend was even in our wedding, so needless to say, he isn't
he
going
was in the
anywhere.
wedding too?
Yeah. He was in the wedding. So while the men were watching the game last night, some of us were just sitting around gossiping pretty much. Well, my best friend was talking and let it slip that one of the couples there, her man was possibly leading a double life. A big argument broke out, almost a fight, but everyone got everything calmed down and broke up. This all happened during the halftime show. Well, needless to say, my husband is furious and calls himself forbidding me to be friends with him, saying that he is messy and that I'm married now and need to upgrade my friendships. He said a married family woman shouldn't be hanging around folks that aren't family people themselves. He said he is the king of this household and this is final. I don't think he has the right to tell me who to be friends with. My best friend and I grew up together. Is my husband out of line? Is his behavior a sign of him being an undercover control freak?
Now look, if your best friend is messy, just messy, I don't want him or her hanging out my house, period. They're going to be keeping up drama. I don't want that mess in my house, period. That's messy. Mm-hmm. Now, however, going back to what you said earlier, Bijou, was that if one of the guys is undercover,
Mm-hmm.
if you're going to tell it, it shouldn't happen at the Super Bowl, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Y'all, so y'all know each other. You can just pick up the phone and call Linda and tell Linda, hey, y'all do that later.
Or what if he saw him for the first time, right? And it just trigger oh no, I know he's not here with her, and it just hit him right then and there when he saw him and was like, oh my gosh, you will not believe, I can't,
And then if the liquor was going.
Yeah, and he's like, that's him, that's the guy
or that's
whatever.
Right.
I might have seen with this guy, or he messes with my friend, so.
But should your spouse be able to tell you to get rid of a childhood friend, period, point
Let me
blank?
tell you something.
There's no it's not telling somebody to get rid of nobody. So no, I'm with you on that. You can't do that.
But if they keep up drama, I don't want it in my house. I don't want that person in my house. That's mess. So now you messing with my relationship because your friend is coming over here, gossiping and I don't like all that type of stuff.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So no, if they gonna come over, they gonna conduct themselves in an orderly fashion.
Or they gotta do each other outside the house, like you said.
Yeah.
You can't bring it around here.
Go have coffee somewhere else.
But don't bring it into your house. You gotta respect that.
I'm just saying.
Y'all both live there.
So y'all help them out. Was the friend being messy? Do you think that this wasn't the right setting? Is the husband wrong for saying, look here, I don't want your friend over here no more? Because that's what he said, right?
Well, he said she should cut him off. Yeah.
Okay, and because I used to say, well, one of the sayings is that married folks should hang with married folks. Single folk hang with single folks. What happens if one of your married friends get a divorce? Then what?
Then it's a whole
I just be
mess.
thinking a little bit too much.
I just think mature people should hang with mature people.
Come on, talk to me. Come on, talk to me.
Married, not married. Just be mature.
Single and married don't mix, though, for real.
If they immature, they don't. Yeah, but you got some mature single people who not really, and then they're not on trash.
5780931. Reality Hour. Help this woman out. All right, y'all. Last comments before we go.
All right. CL said, protect the peace in your home. And Dale said, yes, he is out of line. Yeah. And Karen said, when you get married, you forsake all others. Enough said.
Well.
But dang, that's your childhood friend. You've been with your
childhood
husband
friend
for 2 years.
It's keeping up something, okay? I know some folks, I won't even go there, some of y'all watching. I know some folks, they was childhood friends, and they crossed some lines on some stuff. Yeah. So y'all looking at it on the relationship side, but there's some other things that people have done, childhood so-called associates have done that are out of order.
True.
So just because they was childhood don't mean that they won't be out of order as a grown adult.
But see, the thing is that if they've been friends since childhood, that's probably how they gossiped, how they interacted. It just didn't mix well with her husband. So I think it's just her duty to tell her friend, this is how, it has to be. He don't like that. Just teach him how to be a friend to a married person, you know.
Welcome to the show.
Yes, I'm calling to give my opinion.
Yeah.
Ready? First of all, I hope it's not her husband. First of all. Second of, right. And second of all, Second of all, if he's a real friend, he would do anything he could to keep it down for his friend. I don't care if he's gay, not whatever. You do what's best for your friend and her spouse. That's what you do. And then you can't read to nobody else's house. That's disrespectful. But I just hope it ain't her husband. That's all I'm saying.
You hope it ain't him.
I hope it ain't him, Lord.
Reality Hour, help her out.
Yes, sir. I want to say I know what she's going through. It happened to me. I was married. It was my wife and her girlfriend. And we were married, of course. The girlfriend was single. And I told my wife, I said, where were you standing when the pastor said you have to forsake all others? That includes your friend. You can still be friends, but your friend was just like you're saying, always coming over the house, creating mess, talking crap, starting stuff. It was her second marriage, my second marriage. And the first husband, he died, but the first husband had the same problem I did, and according to my second wife, he drugged the woman out by her hair, out of his house by her hair, because she was always creating mess.
Oh, wow. The same woman that you had a problem with?
Same woman. And when I questioned my wife, she said they were friends since the 8th grade. Since they were in the 8th grade. I told her, I don't care how long you've been friends. The pastor said we had to forsake all others for the sake of our marriage. Now, she had 2 kids. My kids are grown and gone. This was a woman that she was bringing over to the house. I thought they were funny behind my back. I thought my wife, I come to the conclusion that she was bisexual.
Uh-huh.
And I'm from Ashtabula. She's still there. She's still single. I got divorced in 2006. So let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm single. I'm going to stay single because ain't no telling what's going on. As far as I know, I don't even talk to my ex-wife. Don't talk to her. No communication with her. But I didn't bring no men friends into the house because she had a son and a daughter. So I didn't want no men friends in the house to probably maybe attempt to mess with her daughter. But she brought her girlfriend over there,
What her girlfriend look like?
Who shot John?
Oh, wow.
The woman was overweight. She was single.
Hey, you ain't got to go through all that with her.
Wait a minute. The woman, the friend, was college educated.
Uh-huh.
She taught on the college level.
Okay.
But she was dumb as a box of rocks, which told me that my wife kept fooling with her. My wife, which is now my ex-wife, my wife was dumb as a box of rocks. And we are divorced. As a matter of fact, when we got divorced, I told the judge, I don't want her, if she's not going to stay married to me, I don't even want her carrying my last name. And the judge had her change her last name in court that day.
Wow.
All right, bro.
You know how you said, is it them or is it me?
Right.
Good Lord. It's him.
Oh, boy. All right.
That was a lot.
Yeah, he got me on that one. Yeah. All right, so you got it. You got to go. What's your last one before we leave out? Y'all share the video, too. Get your friends' take.
My goodness. Helen said, all friends aren't for life. And let's see. Patricia said, wow, he just took charge. And yeah, I think your friend was being messy. He could have discussed his opinion with you at a later time in private. You shouldn't end your friendship, but limit it around your husband. You are married. It's just out of respect for your marriage.
All right. I'll say so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because if he was hanging out with a bunch of the homies and they just smashing all these, she going to be having a fit.
Thanks.
You hanging with them?
Sylk, Sylk, Sylk.